Hey everybody, Zbourne here. I thought I'd try something new, like some jokes of the week every Friday. If it takes off, I'll do 5 jokes per week. Well, so without further ado, number 1. General Amalgamated Industries, feeling it was time for a shakeup, hired a new CEO. The new boss was determined to rid of the company of all slackers. On a tour of the facilities, the CEO noticed a guy leaning against the wall. The room was full of workers and wanted to let them know that he meant business. He asked the guy, "How much money do you make a week?" A little surprised, the young man looked at him and said, "I make $400 a week." "Why," the CEO said, "wait right here." He walked back to his office, came back in 2 minutes, and handed the guy $1,600 in cash and said, "Here's 4 weeks' pay. Now get out and don't come back." Feeling pretty good about himself, the CEO looked around the room and asked, "Does anyone want to tell me what that goofball did here?" From across the room, a voice said, "Number 2. A bar owner locked up his place at 2 a.m. and went home to sleep. He has been in bed only a few minutes when a phone rang. "What time do you open up in the morning?" he heard. An obvious, irritable man required. The owner was so furious he slammed down the receiver and went back to bed. A few minutes later, there was another call, and he heard the same voice ask the same question. "Listen," the owner shouted, "there's no sense in asking me what time I open, because I would let a person in your condition." "I don't want to get in," the caller interjected. "I want to get out." Number 3. When Mozart passed away, he was buried in a churchyard. A couple of days later, the town drunk was walking through the cemetery and heard some strange noises coming from the area where Mozart was buried. Terrified, the drunk ran and got the priest to come out and listen to it. The priest bent close to the grave and heard some faint, unrecognizable music coming from the grave. Frightened, the priest ran and got the town magistrate. When the magistrate arrived, he bent his ear to the grave, listening for a moment, and said, "Ah, yes, that's Mozart's Ninth Symphony being played backwards." He listened for a while longer and said, "There's an Eighth Symphony, and it's backwards too. Most puzzling." So the magistrate kept listening. There's the 7th, there's the 6th, there's the 5th. Suddenly, the realization of what was happening dawned on the magistrate. He stood up and announced to the crowd that had gathered in the cemetery, "My fellow citizens, there's nothing to worry about. It's just Mozart decomposing." I love that one. Number 4. You know you're really drunk if you can't lie on the floor without holding on. Number 5. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, no atmosphere. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy, but hey. Thanks, everybody. Thumbs up if you like, comment, rate, subscribe down below. Peace out. Thanks for watching.